So this is the US oil analysis for Monday 29th of January. Now, let's have a look what happened in prices and where prices may likely go. So on the higher time frames, we've pretty much in a very strong uptrend on oil. Um, so there does seem to be a long bias to oil at the moment, even though there may be opportunities to head counter trend. Ultimately, if you're trading with the trend, you're trading to the upside on oil. So we've had this move upwards from our finding support of the 200 period moving average. We've had this move upwards, a brief pullback. Now we've had a slightly deeper pullback here on the 26th. Possibly this might just be a case of a profit taking or something going into the end of last week. So I wouldn't place too much emphasis on it, to be honest. So we did come quite close to the 64.76 level. We've been a couple of cents or so before we saw this bullish buy side momentum taking us back above the 65.60 level, and we do look poised for further upside continuation. So, and we'll see our price reacting around our most recent swing highs in around 65, 66.50. Ultimately, I'm looking for prices to move beyond the 66.60. We'll see how prices react towards the 66.71. 66.71 is a level that we might see some potential upside resistance. Possibly, if depending on the sell side momentum that comes in from 66.71, we are looking for price head down towards like 65.60. I wouldn't anticipate pricing moving much beyond 65.60, but if we do see quite a bit of sell side momentum, we could have 64.76 coming to focus, or possibly even the 200 period moving average would be pretty close to the 64.50, depending how long we do take to get down towards that 200 period moving average. 64.60 in around the 200 period moving average, which may provide dynamic level of support. If we do see some sell side momentum in the market. A breakdown from where we are at present, I wouldn't anticipate prices moving all the way down to 63.76. Now, to the upside, if we do see that upside continuation from where we are at present, if we do break above these highs and we don't find much resistance to 66.71, where could we ultimately look for another level of potential resistance? The very next level that we are looking at is all the way up at 68.19, which is quite a bit away. But ultimately, if we do break above the 66.71 and we are able to hold the level, 68.19 is the very next level that we are looking for a potential sell side momentum to re-enter the market. And beyond 68.19, the very next level that we are looking at is all the way up at 69.51. So ultimately, there does seem to be a bias to the long side on the US oil, and we've mentioned all the levels that we are looking at to the upside. I don't anticipate prices moving all the way down to 63.76 to the downside. If we did move all the way down there, it's somewhat concerning, I would think. But I will see how prices develop if we do continue to see this upside continuation. Now, let's just have a look at the higher time frames before wrapping up here on the US oil. So if we head over to the monthly chart, as we can see here, we've had big sell-offs, some recoveries here, broke all the way down to beneath the $30 a barrel. And as we can see, our most recent trend. So in light of the most recent trend, would probably say this market is pretty clearly going to the upside. So we've had our lows here, higher low, and this is the monthly chart after all. We've had, we do look poised to put in our 5th consecutive month of strong bullish gains here on US oil. The reason I say strong bullish gains is pretty much, as you can see by these 5 bullish candles, they're pretty much closing near their highs, indicating that the momentum is following through into the next month, and there isn't a degree of indecisiveness over the higher time frame. It does appear to be a market being led by the bulls. So again, this market is recovering quite a bit, and it's recovering quite strong. This US oil recovering if you're oil bull. because if you're an oil bear, you wouldn't say it's a recovery. But yeah, if you're an oil bull, I suppose the market is recovering and it's heading up to the upside, which is positive if you're an oil bull. Now let's just have a look at the weekly time frame. Over to the weekly, as we can see here, we were in a bit of a trading range earlier in the year. Prices were somewhat limited. We didn't see much direction, but from finding our lows here, again, we've been in a very strong uptrend here on oil. We've been in a very strong uptrend, brief pullbacks here and there, but nothing to be too concerned about. Pullbacks haven't lasted that long, couple of weeks or so at most. Ultimately, though, we are seeing that strong follow through to the upside. And let's just have a look at the daily chart here before we wrap up on the US oil. And again, the daily time frame confirms pretty much everything we see on the higher time frames, the monthly and weekly. So what we're seeing here is, as we can see, a very strong uptrend, very strong pullbacks here and there, both like pullbacks, upside continuation, pullback, upside continuation. So this market over on the higher time frames is trending quite strongly to the upside. And with that said, that pretty much just wraps up everything in regards to the US oil, also known as WTI. Thanks for watching.